There was no shortage of major events that happened around the world in 2022. Here are just 12 of some of the biggest stories that changed the world this year. Russia invaded Ukraine, and in the days that have since followed, Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky has embodied the spirit of Ukraine as it continues to defend itself. Women in Iran risked everything to protest for freedom after the death of Mahsa Amini. A man in China held a rare protest against President Xi Jinping and started a movement around the world. A month later, a fire in Xinjiang killed 10 people in lockdown, prompting people in China to take to the streets in unprecedented mass protests in what is now called the A4 Revolution to call for freedom. Queen Elizabeth II died at the age of 96 after ruling for 70 years. Argentina beat France to win the Qatar World Cup in one of the most dramatic finals in history. Ethiopia's government and Tigray forces agreed to end the 2-year civil war that has killed 600,000 people. People in Sri Lanka held mass protests for months over the country's economic crisis, ultimately storming the president's home and forcing him to resign. US Speaker Nancy Pelosi visited Taiwan and met with the woman president despite China's threats. The Winter Olympics were held in Beijing. Japan's former Prime Minister Shinzo Abe was assassinated while giving a speech. And New Zealand became the first country in the world to ban smoking for all future generations. Follow for more stories from around the world in 2023.